Hello everyone. Today let us discuss about the data science. Okay, completely overall the concept as a brief explanation. Okay, why you want to choose this field? Okay, programmatically, that is technically, what are all the things we can achieve? Okay, roles and the responsibilities. So the first of all, before knowing the data science, you have to know what is the data. Okay, data or else values. Okay, why we call it as a data or else values? Before processing every collected data, we call it as a data. Okay, every collected data as a raw fact, okay, which is yet to process, not at all processed. But the same data after processed, the same data, the same value, we call it as a useful essential information within the field of data science. But when it comes to the word science, it is a concept of experiments. So, what are the experiments? Or else how we can observe, okay, different outcomes of a data which is collected through the research. Okay, by the researchers, okay, being a professionals such as data scientists or else data analysts keep on, okay, analyzing the different kind of a data. Okay, just by observing every kind of a outputs for every changes. Okay, based on every changes of your data, they can observe and they can collect or else they can record every outputs for every changes. So within that, science represents every kind of a professionals within a research field or else within a experiments. So they will explore all the storytelling of a data, what are the type of data. The type of data means that can be quantitative data or else qualitative data. Okay, quantitative data means that is itself your numerical data. And when it comes to your qualitative data, that is itself your alphabetical data. So based on these criteria, you can work for your requirements. Okay, so for that we call it as a data and a science. And next we can go through a, so all the output we can represent in different formats, and that we call it as a visualization. So visual means that is itself displaying methods or as methodology. Okay, in the format of various three, we have three perspective of representing or as displaying different formats of a data in different forms. Okay, format is different, form is different. Okay, format that can be, okay, in each perspective of a extension of a data. But when it comes to forms of a data, we will choose, okay, all the different graphs such as a bar or as a pie or as a donut or as a waterfall. Okay, these kind of different forms of a data where you can easily analyze or else understand your data. Okay, so we can work with the graph, chart, and different maps. Okay, by combination of these, finally we can achieve different maps. There is a connection between one module to another module. Okay, with the help of two kind of a map. One is a normal map, and another one is a spatial map. Okay, the normal map is concerned with the word. If you specify INDIA, based on that word, it will build the map of India. Okay, if the word is Australia, based on that word, it can successfully build the Australian map. So based on this, we can build a normal map. Normal map. But if in case you have to work with a spatial map, it works based on the satellite, based on longitude or based on latitude. Okay, for every area, it has its unique values or else number. Okay, for that we call it as the position of a map. So for that the realistic entities, we can go with the help of a mapping perspective. So when it comes to different perspective of visualization too, every result is concerned with these three factors. Okay, one is the shape, size, and one is the color. Okay, why we need different shapes? So that is itself a different forms of mapping, or it's a different forms of a visualization which we have selected the particular menu of it. Okay, so first one is a shape. We can just choose the shape as a bubble or else we can choose the shape as a rectangular or as a square. Okay, that is concerned with a different kind of a data for its uniqueness. For a different form, according to our selection, we can choose the shape. And based on the size, we can differentiate different. If the size is very small, the demand is very low, very less. Based on the trend, based on the demand. Okay, based on the real-time entities, that's important. That is essential. If the same size is very high, or is maximum, based on that, the demand is very high. The profit, the sales is getting very high according to the financial year. Okay, and if the size is very moderate, so that is itself a moderate level or is aggregated level. So within a fraction of a second, we can analyze the data without having to reading a brief or else a long theory in the report. Okay, whenever we need to convey any kind of a customers within a fraction of a second, they will not have much time to read over all the reports. Okay, at that time, what we can do? We can just represent the same data just by converting that theoretical format into a just visualization format through colors, shapes, size. So with the help of color, we can add particular designs or else additional effects. Okay, like if I want to give some of the example, if you are trying to invest for a long term within a particular portfolio in the concept of stock marketing. So instead of investing for a long term without investigating, what you will do? You will investigate based on the now and then frequently changing value. So that we need what? We need 10-year past data. 10-year past data. Based on that, we can analyze every maximum or else every growing value, that's increasing value, and every decreasing value. Portfolios of three, that is A, B, C. Okay, after analyzing the 10-year past data, which we have uploaded within a AI model or else one. So within that, A results as a increasing, B as a intermediary, that as a flat line, and if in case C as a decreasing level. For which portfolio you would like to invest without any doubt, without any risk? As the answer, so A has less risk because it is growing as well as increasing level is high when we compare with B and C. Thus, you can differentiate based on different criteria. If it is green, the data is growing. Or if it is red color, the data is decreasing. If the representation of a line is in orange color or else yellow color, that is in the state of moderate or else average. That is not increasing, not decreasing. So with the help of these three criteria, you can make a different varieties of visualization. Okay, in the perspective of graph, chart, maps. Okay, we can include these three criteria within these three models. Okay, these three different visualization based on your selected point. Okay, so the important or essential thing is before building. Okay, this is all the visualization. You need to know about the individual inbuilt library. So inbuilt library means that is already predefined. Okay, already predefined within the concept or else a problematic tool. Okay, you can achieve this is all the concept with the help of Python or else with the perspective of R script. Okay, when you want to achieve in Python, you have to know about the NumPy, pandas, matplotlib, and statistics, and n number of standard libraries available based on different functionality or else operations. For every operation, it has its own individual libraries. You have to learn it. So the first one is NumPy. Okay, NumPy refers to numerical Python. And all the operation which is related to a numerical values or else numbers. At that time, you can achieve within NumPy. Okay, from NumPy, import individual models or else individual classes. So the next one is your pandas. Whenever you have to work with the connection type of a dictionary, so within that you have to apply or else import the pandas library. Okay, it is concerned with dictionary format. So which is the values or else a particular element is made up of key and variables. Okay, at that time we have to import this one panels. And next one is matplotlib. Name implies plotting different kind of a graphs or is a different kind of a charts, even the maps. For that we can import the matplotlib. Lib is the library. And next one is the statistics. So statistics is concerned with computation of values. Okay, mainly it can be made up of mean, median, mode. Okay, even you can apply for complicated computation tasks such as standard deviation, okay, or else variance, correlation, regression. So this is not a concept you can achieve, okay, without including any kind of programs. Without writing a programs, even the non-technical student can achieve just by using a drag and drop technique. Okay, for that you need to install data analytical tool additionally. Okay, additionally, if you want to achieve the same thing without writing a code, just by dragging and dropping, such as you can achieve within Power BI or else as well as a tab. Okay, these are the varieties of tasks you can achieve within different platforms. Okay, so that you can make use of these all the tasks. Additionally, you can import scikit learn. Okay, that's also another important additional library. Okay, scikit learn, it refers to a scientific tool. Whenever you want to work with scientific notations or else values, expressions, at that time you can import the kit, that is itself a scikit learn. Okay, so this is all the brief about the data science. This is all the varieties of areas you can work being a professional, such as various experiments you can do being a data scientist.